9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Welcome, folks, to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. I'm going to be joined with Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian. I think is going to pop in for the first segment. We are on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, American Forces Network, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Well, it's a kind of a cloudy afternoon here in Vegas on Wednesday. Yesterday we had a bit of a choppy day. Rick, I think you went 4-3. You went 2-1 on your NBA totals, 1-1 on your sides, 1-1 on your college. I think Joey lost with Presbyterian, and Daniel lost with New Orleans and under. So choppy, like all around. I think 4-6. You were 4-3.
Yeah, did have a couple money line dog winners that helped a lot. Orlando and Wichita State both won outright. So Wichita went off around plus 150, plus 155, and Orlando went off plus 175, plus 180. So, with the money lines, I had a pretty decent day.
Yeah, not bad at all. And then today we got a light schedule, but you do have 4 plays that we're going to keep them for the third segment. Hopefully Joey's going to come in, Daniel will come in. Maybe Brian will throw us something good. Rick, but what I want to do on the show, especially tomorrow's opening day and the official opening day. They had those 2 Japanese games. I want to throw out every once in a while just some incredible facts about pitchers and players. When we come back, this one's going to be on Greg Maddux. I've been doing a lot of studying on him because, he graduated from Valley High School right down the street from Mike Gorman High School. So this guy had some... When we come back on the thing, I'm going to give you some phenomenal facts on this guy as a pitcher. Yeah,
well, he was probably the best pitcher of our generation growing up back in the 90s, late 80s and 90s. He was, and the amazing thing about him was he wasn't a fast-throwing pitcher. He threw like max maybe 90 miles an hour, but it was his movement and his location that made him unhittable.
Yeah, but like Koufax, his fastball was only 93.2. So I mean, it was.
Yeah, but that was also the day when the fastballs weren't quite as fast as they are now. But Maddux was throwing 90 max when other people were throwing 97, 98.
Well, you got it, Rick. When we come back, we got a great show for you, folks. Fifth Street Sports. After this break, we'll be right back.
Trade Pros. Ferguson is committed to making business with us the easiest part of your day. Ferguson.com is designed to help run your business from the office to the job site by making your day-to-day activities easier with 24/7 account access, unmatched online inventory, and on-the-go account management. And with our Pro Plus customer loyalty program, you can earn points with every online purchase, redeemable for merchandise, event tickets, trips, and more. Sign up today at Ferguson.com.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Wait, what? You're listening to the game on the radio? What is this, the Roaring 20s? Are you doing the Charleston after every bucket? Get with the times, like the last 80 years. Sports were meant to be watched beside fellow fans and saucy wings and frosty beers. You can't roar on a radio. You need TVs on TVs on TVs. Save the AM/FM for public radio and snow delays. Get to B-dubs and yell like a real fan. At TVs and people's faces. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Please drink responsibly.
Hi, folks. Welcome back to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, joined by Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, iHeartRadio, American Forces, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. And we're also on Twitch and TuneIn. Hey, guys. Brian, there he is. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. Hey, when does your school finish?
A good question. I don't know. At least a few more weeks, but then I don't know. It never ends. I'll probably teach this summer. I believe the children are the future.
Oh, really?
Teach them well. So
now
I never stop. Unfortunately, the time of day stinks. I hate that it conflicts with the show. But hey, Frank, I was thinking, if we don't get any better at selling ads around here, I was thinking we might be able to take a page out of the Avenatti playbook and send a extortion letter. Maybe I was thinking, Adidas has already gone down with the FBI. And Avenatti supposedly has the goods on Nike, but you got to think the rest of them are cheating. Maybe we send a letter to Under Armour or Puma. What do you think?
Yeah. How about does Converse still make shoes?
I think that Nike might have bought that brand. Or maybe they do. Converse, maybe.
I know. As a highlight player, that's what they issued us. They gave us free shoes, and they were always Converse high tops.
Did you get highlight sneaker endorsements when you were playing highlight?
No. I got one for a taxi cab one time, though. Believe it or not, in Reno, Nevada. They actually put me on
nice.
on the top. Yeah.
Converse still makes shoes. They are owned by Nike as well, though. They're a subsidiary.
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe something a little more obscure though. Maybe like I don't know. One of those really obscure soccer brands or something. Maybe like Kappa. Something really. Maybe they'll take the bait.
But they have to actually have a NCAA team that's wearing their gear because otherwise they'd have no reason to cheat.
No, speaking of cheating, I remember when I went to UNR in 1978. While I was playing highlight, I went to college during the day there at UNR, and it was the first time I ever had my heart broken because I was seriously going out with a girl. I was madly in love with her, and she actually had at a party. She actually had the audacity and the gall to tell me that right to my face. I'm breaking up with you, and I said, for what? For who? She goes, I'm breaking up with you because I'm going with the magician. She actually broke up with me to go out with the magician. She just told me like that. I was so confounded. I could never get over that.
You'd think she could have.
What
she could have utilized the magician.
Well, I know the first trick is he made me disappear, but that was the truth. I mean, she actually broke up with me for a magician.
We got a message in from Nick Gieber, and he said, "Pay less." What if we had pay less? They're going out of business, so I mean, I don't think there's a lot of money to extort, but might not be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Brian, I love the angle because we need the money or the ads. If you want to write an extortion letter, I'm all for it.
I was thinking maybe like $300 at MoneyGram, maybe.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, you know what I was thinking about, you guys? Something kind of cool for the show because tomorrow's opening day in baseball. Every day, or as much as I can, I'm going to try to give you guys some very interesting facts on baseball players. This will be my turn. I got Greg Maddux. He graduated from Valley, right down the street from my Gorman High School. Did you know that this guy pitched to 20,421 batters, okay? You know how many times he went 3-0 on a batter without intentional walks out of 20,000? 133 times in his career. This guy actually had over 70, I think it was 72 and a third or 70 and a third consecutive innings without a walk.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable control.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You don't really see that anymore.
But here's a fact. The batter that he faced the most, he faced Tony Gwynn 107 times. Tony Gwynn hit 415 off of him and never struck out in 107 plate appearances.
Yeah, well, Tony Gwynn was like that against a lot of pitchers, so you can't just necessarily fault Maddux. Tony Gwynn was the best pure hitter of our generation, just like Maddux was probably the best pure pitcher of our generation. So,
exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I knew he had some great stats against him. I didn't realize it was that good.
Here's a couple of facts too.
I don't want to be the wet blanket on the Tony Gwynn and Greg Maddux stats categories, but I'm just going to throw this out there. Do you think that the era they played, right, chiefly the 1990s and early 2000s, was a era of ridiculous umpire? That's what I'm looking for. That, in other words, umpires played favorites, superstars.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
More than any generation, I think.
Yeah, I think the grossest example of that was the outside strike zone with Glavine. This guy got so many pitches that were 2 and 3 inches off the plate as a call. It was ridiculous to me.
Maddux got quite his share as well. They always had the umpires in their corner, and they were just catering to the superstars and the big names, and that's why those guys didn't throw higher really than 88 miles an hour, but were as successful as they were.
Exactly.
And that doesn't really happen anymore now with the way they track this umpires and statistics. If an umpire were to do that nowadays, they wouldn't be around much longer. So they have to be pretty much dead on, right on the accurate strike zone as it is.
Plus the umpires are very monitored now. You know that, right? And not like the old days.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting though that a lot of the guys on the front edge of modeling baseball now have turned to, now that the obviously there's still biases from one umpire to another, but kind of the next field of research is examining the ability of catchers to frame pitches. Certain combinations of catchers working with certain types of umpires create a better opportunity to frame pitches, and that's a angle that I know a lot of the baseball handicappers are really focusing on this season.
Yeah. In 1990, I opened up my first cleaners in 1992 on Smoke Ranch and Rainbow. It was a retail cleaners. And I used to have some of the greatest customers. One of my customers, for about 3 years, he used to come in right as we opened at 7 in the morning. He was a retired American League umpire. I think he said 23 or 24 years. And he would just want to come in, have a coffee, throw in his cleaning, and then start chatting away. And I was slow at that time, so I would listen to him. He used to tell me the most incredible stories. One of them was, now you're talking about 50s, 60s, and 70s, okay? I asked him, hey, do you guys work out? Do you guys stay in shape? He goes, are you kidding? He goes, many nights after the games, we'd go out drinking and everything. One time he says he screwed up on the rotation. He didn't know he was going to be behind home plate the next day. He thought he was going to be at third base. So whenever he was at third base and second base, he says, those were my drinking nights. Those are the nights that I could go out drinking, because the next day, I just have to look for the check swings and at third base, or, it was not as intense as first base or home. So he screws up, and he goes out drinking, really, really bad. He said, Frank, he says, I was so wasted during this game. I was so off that he swore to me. He said in the bottom of the third inning, Bill Freehand, the catcher for the Tigers, looked up at him, turned around and said, you're missing a hell of a game. And he was so, so that's incredible. These umpires used to actually handicap their rotation and combine them with their drinking nights.
That's unbelievable.
It's a great story.
Yeah. Would you say that even today the baseball umpires are probably the least fit of the four major sports?
Oh yeah. For sure. Hey, Andrew's waving me on, guys. You know what that means? We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Fifth Street Sports back in 3 minutes.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
Fifth Street Sports, folks. Frank Perez, Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Yeah, Brian, getting back to your question, yeah, I think for sure the most unfit either referees or umpires or whatever you want to call them got to be Major League Baseball, right?
It can't be anything other than because we know that NBA referees and NHL referees are in amazing shape. I mean, those guys can't do their job without being in great shape. And I'd say, Yeah, and NFL officials, I'd say, also are in better shape. Although this is a stereotype because we don't really see, I would say this is just a guess. Would you say that NFL referees are a little bit older on average than the other 4 sports?
I say yes.
I would definitely say so, yeah. And the one thing about baseball is they've been trending in recent years to the the younger umpires. So you're seeing umpires coming to the league now in their early mid-30s. These guys, I think, now have to be in some sort of shape. They can't be like the old Eric Greggs and those big fat umpires of the day that were 350, 400 pounds. That they all, of course, died. McSherry died in the field. So it was common for back then for the umpires to, almost all of them were fat, overweight, out of shape, and dying young. And they lived a lifestyle where they were traveling half the year. All they ever did was eat burgers and pizza, and on the road drink beers every night. And all of them, so many of them died at a young age because of that. So baseball wanted to turn that around and hire young and make sure they stay in some sort of shape. I think maybe you got like Country Joe West, he was like one of the last of the old timers. But after that, all these guys are now younger and in shape. And I think I would actually say football umpires or referees are a lot older and not even as good shape anymore as the baseball umpires.
That's a fair point. Do you think do Major League umpires, and I guess the other sports, but do they have a lot of groupies, would you say, on the road that are waiting to meet them in each city? Serious question.
No,
don't laugh.
No. Are you kidding? These guys look like like the guy that they ran an Ace Hardware store. They don't they don't have any groupies, but I'm still amazed.
There's young ladies that kind of have a fetish about the mask or the vest.
Maybe the uniform girls, girls that like guys in uniforms and stuff. But it is amazing to me though how these guys were over 300 pounds and could sit behind that plate for 9 innings.
Yeah, and they typically were the ones with the bigger strike zones too, right? Or
they wanted to get, of course.
Yeah.
They wanted to get over with as quickly as possible.
In terms of salaries, I actually looked it up during the break. Where do you think the 4 sports rank? Just guess. If you don't know.
Gosh,
NBA
I would
has to
have
be
to say
number 1.
NBA the most, right?
On the higher end, the NBA is NBA referees can make over $500,000 a year.
Wow,
that's incredible.
How about NFL? What do they make?
NFL is actually interesting in that there isn't as wide of a range, but they're consistently around 200,000. But you got to remember with the NFL, they don't take you as an NFL referee unless you already have it. You already have to have like a pretty. You don't only just have to have a job. I think you have to have a job where they feel like you couldn't be bought. Is that the case? That's what I think it used to be. That like these guys all have really good jobs. They make good money. So the 200,000 they're making as an NFL referee is just to kind of bonus. Is to basically to reward these guys for devoting every weekend during the fall to being an NFL referee.
That's kind of the trend. Like over here at one of the big properties, the Wynn Hotel, you can't even get hired in the gaming area unless you have a FICO score of over 700.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like if you want to be a shift boss and you got like a 490 FICO, sorry, they discriminate like that. They figure like if you can't run your credit or your thing, how are you going to run our credit and our pit? So
that's interesting. Not to get too off topic, but it actually reminds me of a really interesting factoid with CIA, for example, and other foreign service officers that have to have high clearance are disproportionately Mormon compared to any other religion. And the idea is, if you think about it, they typically are less likely to have, alcohol or drug addiction, gambling addictions. Plus, they can usually speak a second language.
They don't screen like pedophilia or polygamy on that, right?
That is not something that counts against you in that particular occupation.
Okay,
right?
Because Utah has one of the highest rates of suicide and polygamy, and the highest polygamy and pedophilia of any of these states. Suicide.
I didn't realize
sure.
it had a higher suicide. I didn't know it had a higher suicide rate.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah, Washington State's high, Alaska's high. That's because of the weather and the. But gosh, it's scary that makes sense. I mean, would you want a bunch of guys that have 450 FICOs running your dice pit or your blackjack pit? I wouldn't.
Good point.
But my question for you, Bri, is I don't know if you know the answer, but are the head referees in the NFL paid more than the side judges and back judges, line judges? I mean, they can't have equal salary, right? The head referees, I figure, have to get the most, maybe followed by umpire, right?
Yeah, you know what? You would think so. So maybe, yeah, it's I was looking that up. It looks like the average salary is $205,000, but in terms of a distribution, yeah, you're right. It should be. You should make more for having to be the referee than, to be the side judge. I guess would be the easiest job in all of officiating. Well, I mean, basically looking for.
Well, Brian. In answering your question, we got 2 strikes. So who's the highest paid?
You know what? We're gonna have to look that up during the break. Between the other two sports. Yeah. So basketball checks out around $550 for the upper income guys. Baseball, the guys at the top of the pay scale make around $300, and then in hockey, it is a tiered system. So referees make more than linesmen, and referees in hockey can make $350. Which is kind of surprising because I always think of hockey as being such a lower revenue sport than the other 3.
Yeah, but what conditioning? I mean, these guys stay on the ice 2 and 3 minutes, and then they get line changes and because it's so brutal skating around like that. These referees in hockey, do you know the shape they got to be in to be skating around the whole game?
Amazing. I can't even fathom. Yeah. That might be the most difficult job at all of sports officiating is hockey referee for sure. I mean, and fairly dangerous too, right?
Yeah. And where you got to have the most talent. I mean, you got to know how to skate backwards, sideways, get out of people's way. Because I have discussions here with. Well, first, I just wanted to clear something, Brian. Now, starting tomorrow is opening day in baseball. How much do you still factor umpires and wind direction in your wagering?
Well, in the wind, huge, but they're both big. I think that it's a little bit different though with the 2 questions. Wind, I think, is a huge factor in April and May. I guess March too. The first 60 games of the season, wind is huge because that's typically the time of year where we have big fronts, rolling through North America. And if the night before that there's going to be a 20-mile-an-hour wind, I don't care what direction it is, just the fact that you've identified there's going to be a big wind, and you can jump on that early number on the overnight lines. That's a big edge. I think in terms of umpires, that's big too, but I think that that's been baked into the price a lot of times, even the night before. But they're both big, but I think that wind is the bigger, at least with me. I'm typically betting totals overnight, and wind is a bigger factor than umpires and totals.
Wow. Hey, now here's something that I find a little offensive. During the breaks, I talked to the producer here, Andrew, because and he's a big soccer fan and everything, and he actually has the audacity to tell me, let me run this by you guys, and don't try not to get too upset. He actually says that baseball shouldn't even be considered a sport. Now, I can see chess and things like that, but he says that baseball should not be considered a sport. Them guys don't do any work, and they're not even in good shape.
Are you sure we're not talking about softball?
I disagree with him there.
I mean,
I gotta disagree. I gotta disagree with that one. I'd like to be on the opposite side of pointless debates. I can't even think of a intelligent argument for that. to be honest.
Right? I mean, isn't that ridiculous? But you would think that would naturally come from a soccer aficionado, right?
Which sport do you think that a person with less than average athletic ability can go the furthest in of the 4 big sports? That answer might be baseball, but it doesn't mean that they're not athletes.
As a designated hitter or maybe a relief pitcher, yeah, that would pretty much be it. If you're a full-time player in any position, there's no way you can be out of shape. I think maybe back going 40, 50 years ago, we would have some of those fat guys playing first base or maybe even sitting out in left field, but that doesn't exist anymore.
I know the one that shows up the most, and you definitely can't get away with, is MMA and boxing. That's going to show up right away. You know what I mean? But yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Like a right fielder could probably get away with it versus a linebacker, right? But guys, we got to come back after this break. It's Talk You Can Bet On, 5th Street Sports.
Let's have a chat about your debit card, the card you use for the things you buy every day. What if you could get cash back every time you bought those things? Well, now you can. Introducing Discover Cashback Debit. Just open a Discover bank account and start earning 1% cash back on up to $3,000 in debit card purchases every month, automatically. Plus, there are no monthly fees or minimum balances. Now you can get cash back on the way you like to pay. Open a Discover bank account and get the debit card with cash back. Go to discoverbank.com/debit. Limitations apply. Excludes money market accounts. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right. Call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Gonna be the good life. Gonna be the G3 life.
Hey anglers, Scott Turnage here, the old G3 sportsman. 2019 is here and the new G3 boats are better than ever. Stop by your nearest G3 dealer and check out the most diverse lineup of aluminum boats and pontoons on the market today. Come on over and enjoy the G3 life, just like me.
5th Street Sports, folks. We're back. Frank Perez, Florida Rick, and Oklahoma Brian on Sports Byline. Hey, you guys, I just did some research on athleticism in sports. We got the guys on there, Andrew. Let me run this by them. Tell me if you guys agree. Baseball came in sixth for amount of conditioning to play well out of position. Number 1 is darts. Number 2 is snooker. Then you got bowling, golf, polo, and then baseball.
Yeah,
So,
well, you know what's funny?
I'm shocked chess was not in there. I'm shocked that you didn't put chess in there.
Jess is very mental like this. Hey, is Brian still with us? I don't
think
see
he left. There's still
No,
shot of him
we
up there.
we have an issue with Brian.
Oh, he left. Yeah, it is. So, anyways, well, this is a talk you can bet on segment, Rick. But Andrew's going to bring in a few Fifth Street socials.
Yeah,
and then
so
we're going to get to your stuff.
So as always, we're live streaming to YouTube and Facebook, youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports, and facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. And while we're live streaming, you can come in here and let us, at least me, the producer, let me see what you think. And if I think it's good enough, then we will put it up. And so today we actually have a couple messages. One comes in from Daniel Wages. He's saying, guys, this is through YouTube. Guys, I missed Friday's Insider show, but I have a question for Frank or anybody that would like to answer. Friday had a ton of great info. My question is, how do you feel about reverse line movement? Before you guys get there, we have one more message. Yeah. So actually, no, that's it right now. The other one we actually already addressed. So yeah, have at it, guys.
Rick, that's for you, buddy.
Okay, we've talked about this extensively on the show several times. I think it was Dan Kaplan that brought it up a few times. And I'm a big believer in reverse line movement when you have a few factors involved. A, the game is bet a lot. So you have lots of tickets. The public is really big on this game. For example, a national TV game like tonight, for example, the Indiana Oklahoma City, that'll be a high ticket game. Everyone wants to watch it. They know everyone's going to get TNT or ESPN. They're going to watch the game. So you want to have the high ticket volume first, and then you want to see the public ideally be 70% or more on the favorite. I mean, it could be the dog, but it's rare times we get a dog that happens. But when it does, that's like like double down, triple down, quadruple down, everything you can get, and that happens when they're on the dog like that. But most likely, we want to see 70% or more in the favorite, and we want to see where the line has either not moved or it's moved a half point or a point in the opposite direction. So if the public is 75% tonight at Oklahoma City at home, minus 6.5, and the line actually opened 7.5. It's dropped to 6.5, even though 3/4 of all the tickets are in Oklahoma City. We know those are usually much stronger plays than an average play. And also we're talking about what time of year it's in. The later in the year, the better as well. Early in the year, we discussed this previously. It's not as big a factor because everyone's kind of in the dark. So once you get late into the year, and especially like in college basketball, come the tournament and conference tournaments, those are the best times for the stuff to show up. So yeah, that's a pretty big factor, and we've been using it for many years, going back, at least to late 2000s, like 2009, 2010, and it works out the long run for us. That's for sure.
So Rick, then just to be really clarifying and clear on that. So for instance, in this game, 75% of the bets are on Oklahoma City minus 6.5.
Right. This is hypothetical. This isn't the actual numbers. I'm just making this one up. But if that were the case, right? If the public would say 75%.
Normally, with that kind of action, that line should go to 7, 7.5, 8. Yet it was minus 7, and it's down to minus 6.5. So you figure, how could the line, because the right side is Indiana, even though all the public is going on Oklahoma City. The line is not moving with the action, right?
Exactly. And then when you look at the dollars bet too, that's a key indicator as well. So if you see 75% of the bets are on the favorite, but yet only 40% of the dollars are on the favorite, that means what's happening is all the sharp money, all the big bets are coming in on the dog. So the dog's obviously right. They're the squares, the public are just pounding the favorite like it's free money, and then you see the people putting the big bets on the dog, or Indiana in this case. And that's pretty much what we've been trying to get for years, is that data. And now it's pretty readily available. There's a few sites that you can get it at. So it's something that, like I said, we've been using it for probably almost 10 years now, and in the long run, it's a very good indicator. It doesn't always work.
What are your two best sites to get info like that at?
Well, Sports Insights is a fantastic one. That's They give you have to be a subscriber, but they'll give you all the info from, percentage, number of bets on one side, the dollars bet on that side, the line movement from start to finish. And that's usually the best one, Sports Insights. If you ever get an account there, it's not that expensive. And Josh over there does a great job explaining all this too.
So Sports Insights. So you actually prefer them over Don Best, right?
Yeah, we do. We do. They have, and they're quite a bit cheaper as well. I guess the only mainly difference is they don't have Chris and Grande in real time. So,
Chris and Grande.
While that's a big,
that's no big.
Yeah,
deal.
I think they're like a minute delayed or maybe 30 seconds delayed or so forth. But you're getting Pinnacle in real time and every other book in real time. But yeah, it's a fantastic line service and the one that we prefer and been using for a couple of years now.
Got it. Well, Rick, this is the talk you can bet on. It's a light schedule, but earlier in the show we discussed 4 plays that you like.
Yeah, it is a light schedule, and I've actually looked into these and looked at some of the others, but I'll start with college basketball tonight because there's 2 NIT games and 1 college insider game. So let's start with the NIT. And these are the final. There's the first 2 games last night were the first 2 of the final 4, which were Wichita State and TCU. So tonight are the last 2 quarterfinals. Lipscomb at NC State and Colorado at Texas. Now, Lipscomb had a really good year. I mean, a great year. Unfortunately for them, they didn't win their conference tournament. So, of course, they didn't make the NCAA, but they're automatically in the NIT as long as you win your conference regular season. So they came in here. They won at Greensboro as a 8 seed against a 1 seed. They won at Davidson as a 8 seed against a 4 seed. Now they play at NC State. Boy, this line is it's tempting, but it's so low that I couldn't take Lipscomb here. I'd lean towards the under, but both these teams like to run, so I'm actually going to pass on this game. But it should be a fun, exciting game to watch. And NC State's had a couple of real tough games. They just squeaked by. They beat Hofstra by 6 at home, and then they squeaked by Harvard by a point at the buzzer on Sunday. So now they got to play this tough Lipscomb squad. I think the line. I would normally like Lipscomb, but I think the line's a little bit too low. I feel like I should be getting 7 or 8 here, so I'm going to pass. But maybe it's something to keep your eye on if there's some line movement towards the end. Then we have the second NIT game, which is Colorado at Texas. I like this game a lot. Colorado is getting 5.5 here. The only thing that scares me is that the line did open 7. It's now down to 5.5. We were in at 7. I mean, those are some key numbers, especially when you get this late in the year. But I'm still going to give out Colorado as a small play, getting the 5.5 as well as the money line. You might be able to get 6 in a couple spots too. Money line should be getting in the 205, 215 range. In Colorado, I think that's worthy of a quarter unit, a third of a unit or so. I think this is closer to a pick'em game in my estimation, and I feel like Colorado's going to win. So that's my first play in the NIT. And then we have that insider game, which is Coastal Carolina is going at DePaul. Coastal Carolina is getting 8 points. Coastal Carolina just beat West Virginia by 18. I believe West Virginia was like a 12, 13-point favorite. Now they're heading in, and West Virginia's playing very well, as we know. Remember, they beat Texas Tech in the first round of the tournament and then lost in the close game to Kansas. But now they're playing at DePaul. 8 points here does seem like a lot to me. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I would lean towards Coastal Carolina getting the 8. Not going to make it a big play, but maybe a half-unit play on Coastal plus 8. It's going to be hard for me to see them winning, though. I would normally maybe say throw a minor play on the money line, but I would even stay away from that. I just think it should stay within 10, and I like getting 8 points here. So those are my 2 college plays. And, that's pretty much all there is to college tonight.
So Coastal Carolina and Colorado, plus 5.5 and plus 8. Okay.
Yeah. So now we go on to the NBA, and first play that I like tonight is actually the play I was just mentioning to you, which kind of is for the reasons I was just mentioning. I was giving an example, but it is actually the case is what's going on in this game. It's game 576 Oklahoma City, game 575 Indiana getting 6.5 to OKC. Line pretty much hasn't moved. 70% of the public is on Oklahoma City here. These teams just played a couple weeks ago in Indiana. Oklahoma City had a big lead early. I think they were up by 20 or maybe like 22. Indiana came all the way back and ended up winning the game at the buzzer. So now they have that rematch. It's Paul George going against his old club. I guess Sabonis going up against his old club. But these are two, playoff teams. Both teams are going to be anywhere from the three seed to, as low as the 8 seed on Oklahoma City's part. But there's probably going to be somewhere between 4 and 8. And anyway, I just think that this should be a close game. Should be a playoff atmosphere. I like Indiana getting the 6.5. I also like under. It's 217.5. If you noticed, we talked about this for a while now. Elite clubs playing the NBA late in the year, usually the final 2-3 weeks when they're, two sure playoff teams. The unders hit at a really high rate. It happened again last night with that Houston-Milwaukee game. It happened with the Miami-Orlando game, which was in essence a playoff game. These teams are fighting out for the 8th spot. I think Orlando now has a half-game lead, and that was a big under from start to finish. So I foresee this game as being an under 2. So I like Indiana here, getting the 6.5, possibly a 7, depending on which books you have, and under 217.5. And my last play in the NBA is going to be Game 578, Memphis getting 10.5 at home against Golden State. Memphis is playing really well of late. Ever since they made that Marcus Gasol trade, they've actually played much better. Golden State, as we know, has been really struggling, especially against the bad teams. That's seen in that 35-point loss at home to Detroit last weekend, and now they got to go to Memphis, who just came off that OKC win. Been playing lots of tough games. They're giving 10.5 points here. Another reverse line movement example. Line opened 11.5. It's now down to 10.5. Public 70% on Golden State. So we see that sharp money is clearly on Memphis here, and I foresee another close game. And I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State lost this one too, the way they've been playing. The money line's plus 480. You might be able to get at some books a plus 500, but it's probably worth throwing a fifth of a unit on. So getting in that 480 to 500 range. I see Memphis playing tough, and I see Golden State struggling again, as they have been against these poor teams. So that would be all my NBA plays and my college plays for the night on this.
We
light
got
schedule.
4 play. Well, you got all dogs. Okay, Indiana
Actually,
6.5, Memphis plus. Well, how many is Memphis getting? 10.5.
Also the under in Indiana. I really like the under in Indiana. Memphis is getting 10.5, right? But you might get 11 at certain places or possibly in Vegas.
Wow, that's big. How about do we got anything in from Daniel Wages or Joey Casano? Oh, it's a light schedule, but boy, I can't wait for tomorrow. Rick, we got opening day. Boy, it's going to be a lot of fun. At least we got baseball coming in at night. That's always relaxing and fun to watch at night. We're going to have some good angles on baseball, folks, so stay tuned with us. We got to take a small break right now. We will be back for the wrap-up in 3 minutes.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about Elite Rehab Placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com. That's MYEVOZ.com to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
All right, folks, we're back for the wrap-up show. Frank Perez, Florida Rick, Sports Byline USA Radio Network, iHeart, YouTube, Facebook, streaming live, also on the American Forces Network. Well, Rick, we got four. We got no contributions from Joey or Daniel. We got four of your good picks. Brian didn't send anything in today, right? Oh, no, okay. So Brian didn't send nothing in today. Folks, now tomorrow, Rick's audio is having a little bit of difficulty. But tomorrow...
Sorry, Frank.
Okay. He's back. Brian,
Rick, I'm saying Brian did
not
not send anything in to me.
Yeah, did you happen to get any plays in from Brian?
No, unfortunately not. I think he was kind of in a hurry and forgot to give out any plays. So we'll just have to wait for his baseball tomorrow.
Yeah, first day of baseball. Isn't it scary? Now, these are numbers you usually don't see till late August or through mid-September. It starts like this. Tomorrow, the Orioles are pitching Cashner against Tanaka for the Yankees. Tanaka's minus 350.
Wow.
350 on opening day.
Wow.
I mean,
Pinnacle's 372. Incredible.
Isn't
unheard
that
of.
absolutely insane? Usually you don't, and they're insane in the middle of September, but could you imagine opening day? It's kind of, like they're giving these Orioles absolutely no chance. I love the Orioles at plus 330.
Yeah. I'll say they'll beat them 1 out of every 4 games, especially with their best pitcher going. Not that he's that great of a pitcher, but I don't think much of Tanaka either. So, wow, plus 330 on opening day. That's unheard of. I know I've never seen that, and I don't know if I'll ever see it again.
Absolutely ridiculous. No, never. I mean, I've never seen that on opening day. So here we go, folks. Tomorrow's we sing the Star Spangled Banner in 15 different parks. Rick, has been a great show, buddy. Good luck to us tonight. Your picks have been pretty good. Were great for the year and decent lately. Everything's good, folks. We got to take a small break till tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you.